So let me turn back to kind of grief in kids. So the first thing that you want to do is acknowledge the loss when you're with someone in distress. But many people, children and adults, are afraid they're going to say the wrong thing with someone who's grieving. This is after death has occurred. So I'll go over some of the well-intentioned comments that might not be the best to say to children or adults who are grieving. The first thing is, don't try and cheer up people who are grieving by making statements such as, "I know it hurts very much right now, but you're going to feel better in a short period of time." Allow them to have their grief and allow it to take the time it takes. I tell people anything that begins with "at least" should probably be reconsidered. At least he isn't in pain anymore, or at least you still have a sister. Those are really techniques or statements that people make when they're observing grief and they don't like observing it. So they want people to stop expressing their grief. It doesn't make the people not grieve, it just makes them hide it so that they can protect you. And really, you don't want to encourage them to be strong or cover up their emotions. You should feel free to express your own feelings and demonstrate empathy, but don't state you know exactly how someone else feels. So avoid statements like "I know exactly what you're going through," because unless they tell you what they're going through, you don't really know how they feel. You don't want to say things like "you must be angry." Let them express their own feelings and don't tell them how they ought to feel. It's also best if you're talking to someone else that isn't your own child, to avoid sharing your personal loss experiences and keep the focus on the grieving child and that person's experience. If it is your own child, you may have a mutual loss and want to provide mutual comfort to each other, and that's perfectly okay. But I would say if you're a teacher or someone, you're really there to support the kid, and what the kid needs is really all about them. What you want to do is allow the child to be upset and try not to judge it, but intervene if safety or health is a concern.